Yeah.
And when I say this, I'm 100% serious. I have never been happier. I've never felt more confidence.
Yeah.
I feel, I've succeeded. I did have a little bit of a rocky road, growing up, and then I did work in finance, but I didn't like it. And then I wanted to go to psychology, but I've really always loved people, and I love fashion, and I love clothing, and it evolved. I didn't plan it.
Welcome back to another Women's Survival Guide fun video fest. And today we're talking to Cai Cai Fritzinger, who I've known for a long time, so we'll try and keep it under control. And she is the founder and chief bottle washer and whatnot of the Copper Shed, which is a store in Wenham that she started really 2 years ago in a really beautiful little building where her home is. A little outbuilding, and then it just sort of blossomed with no website and in an area that is known in New England for being a little tight with their dollar, letting go of their dollar. And like to sell clothing the way Cai Cai's been selling clothing on the North Shore of Boston is in the amounts that she has is kind of eye-opening. And also Cai Cai just started this business, total change of plan. And so let me introduce you to Cai Cai Fritzinger. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
And she's sitting in front of the Penelope Childver's shoes, and we've interviewed Penelope as well, which is part of the story, in fact.
Yes, definitely.
Cai Cai, tell me, how did this start? How did you start a business in your backyard, basically, a couple years ago?
Basically, I had a project of building a new house in Wenham. We moved back from London, and Tim, my husband, and I had bought some property and decided to tear down a house and build it. So we'd been working on that project for a long time, a little bit through COVID. And by the end, it was a very intense time of my life because it was forcing me to be very thoughtful, creative. And I knew this was probably the house that I wanted to be in for the rest of my life. And the kids weren't going to be home. So a lot of attention to detail, which woke up something in me of just because I was really busy for the first time, every week going into Concord, Mass to meet with the architects and weekly meetings and looking for wallpapers and stones and everything that you do when you build a house. But when it was over, I was kind of like, wow, I've got to do something. And so the woman, Susan DeLis, who helped me decorate and more with 180 L'Arturo, is a textile designer and had beautiful fabrics and pillows. So I knew she'd say yes, and was probably the only person who would at this point, to let me I know I could sell anything pretty much, but I really have to believe in the product, obviously, but I did. And so she said, sure, you can sell some pillows and my fabrics if, I'll let you try that, and pomegranates. And so I did, out of a shed, the original shed on my property, and we had put a copper roof on it. And so I called it the Copper Shed. Oh. And so that's how it started. I would say pillows and fabrics are great, but probably not my passion. So then I decided maybe shoes might fit into this program. So
you went from pillows to shoes. Like there wasn't, because I remember Cai Cai has a wonderful Instagram, which is, what is it?
It's at the Copper Shed LLC.
Yeah, that's the Instagram.
That's the Instagram.
I have to work on that name. No, but
I know
that's the Copper Shed LLC, and there is no website. So there is, but
not yet. It's coming in January.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Mainly because Cai Cai's house, which I was in this past week, and the shed are just, they're just if I weren't me, I'd use the word like delicious or yummy, but those words make me cringe. So I was just say like the attention to detail and the decor and the colors are just bold and tasteful and definitely Britishy. So how long did you spend in London?
I was in London for just shy of 7 years, just long enough we actually became UK citizens. We snuck that in. So that was great for the kids. And my daughter's at St. Andrews in Scotland. So, but yeah, that was very inspirational time for me as far as color and pattern. And my big thing, I love color. I think it warms up a place. I can't walk into a minimalist, black, gray, and
Yeah.
but if you overdo it, it can be a lot. But it warms up a modern space. So we have a modern space, yet I feel that it's warm. So that
Yeah.
was my goal. And Susan is very talented at that. And she taught me a lot. So
Yeah, no, you must have learned a lot. I can feel it in the house, and then I can feel it in the store, which if I can go back to the store as it is now, it just scratches that itch. Like there's no way you can go into that store and not find something that you need, whether it's a piece of clothing or a goodie, a thing.
yeah.
But to go from pillows to shoes, that kind of came from your London connection, I think.
Oh, it totally did. I mean, I had known Penelope. I had been a really good customer of hers and met her in her store a couple of times.
Stores look so
And then
so Kai Kai's talking about Penelope
Silvers. Yep.
Chilvers, sorry.
That's
And she whom I came across through another friend of mine like a couple of years ago. So I happened to be familiar with her as well. And then I saw on Kai Kai's Instagram, she was carrying her, and
yeah.
now, yeah.
Yeah, so I reached out to Penelope because I'd been in touch with her about doing a trunk show just for fun. Just come do a trunk show at my house. Open a store in Concord. Let me manage
Why
it.
Concord?
I don't know. I picked Concord.
You're not
I've been going in. The architects were in Concord, and I was like,
oh, right.
Yeah, no, it was just silly, but I wasn't going to say Wenham because I didn't think that was sexy enough, which it wasn't. But she did. So she did say yes for that reason. I think she trusted that I'd just been following her and I've been giving her advice on, different belts, just trying to work with her and not lose touch. Mm-hmm. And when she said yes, I was really encouraged. I think so then my next person I reached out to was Sally Somerville in London, who I had done trunk shows for at my house during Yankee Swaps. And she's this wonderful woman who makes cashmere scarves, my favorite scarf, and a huge seller, Mexican embroidered scarf that's black with bright flowers. And so then she said yes. And then from there, I tried to do the whole British thing. And then I realized I was going to be really limited. And so now I just get what I want. And,
like a true woman.
trying to bring, like, I just got this Scottish coat that I'm wearing. I brought this from Scotland, and they're phenomenal. And they're because I saw it. Not to interrupt you, but I was going to say, and then Mondo Corsini, I met in Notting Hill. I brought Moroccan coats back from a French woman I met in Notting Hill. So I'm trying to bring unique things along with Ecru and Marie Oliver and US brands, but I'm trying to have a mix of price points and keep some things very unique to the shed.
We're treating it as though people can start a store every day and have it be the success that yours is. And it's not. So it's not an everyday thing. You do need startup money. You need to be able to sustain yourself. But your store took off really quickly. You were sharing some numbers with me that are really astounding. And that means in Wenham, it's like this little town in this little area. And all these
it's not the city. So yeah.
The other thing you said when we were talking beforehand that I thought was really lovely was, the North Shore of Boston is kind of like horse country, like it's kind of outdoorsy and horse country, and it's not known for its like sex pot women necessarily.
or its style. I mean, it may have sex
or
pot
its style, but
it's the style. No, it's true. And I think I hit a niche, and I didn't know I was coming in at just the right time after COVID. I think, and I have been really successful, and I'm really proud of what I've done, but I think the key for me has been keeping new inventory and marketing on the Instagram every day. It's my favorite thing to do is to post. And and be down to earth. But the other unique thing about the shed that I see every single day is the environment that I've created in the shed is very casual, like me. It's very crazy at times. People are helping me wrap things, customers, people are changing in the kitchen, people are laughing, people are seeing people they haven't. I had someone at the party that I had the other night say, I like coming to the shed because I'm new here and I end up meeting so many people. And it's such a nice thing for women to come in and feel like, okay, I hate my body. Everyone hates their body, but we don't care. Like, we're all laughing about the part of life that we're in. And if you're young, you can come in and we tell you how gorgeous you are. So it's like you're triple gorgeous to us. So it's
that's great.
I think that's the people that I've hired to work here are incredibly kind, and we all love seeing people feel good in what they're wearing. And I'm not saying that to be cute. I mean, I really feel that way. And then just quickly to touch on what I did in London, which really was, I did the crisis text line, which I help people in crisis. Because I like people and I like helping people, and these were a lot of kids, and it was, when you have teenagers, a little too close to home. And so I had to kind of stop that. But women have really been my favorite gender, or in this age group is just awesome because we're all sort of comfortable in our skin. It's just been a way of helping women in some ways. So
it is. I think you're going to need a bigger space.
I definitely am. I definitely
need a bigger boat.
I'm jamming stuff in here like you can't believe, and I keep buying. I'm just like, and I've made a lot of mistakes too, so it hasn't been. I'm still making mistakes every day. I'm making mistakes.
What's a mistake? What kind of what would be a mistake? Like, what's that mean?
Do you want me to show you one?
Yeah, sure. Let's see it.
I think it could be, but now it might be a hit. I think it's awesome, but do you know what this is?
What is that?
This is a hot water bottle.
Oh.
I have a back. So these came from Australia. I shouldn't say it's a mistake, but this is a joke, but it's a gift. I love it. Maybe they'll sell now, but
you never know. Like, I think that would feel really good around here.
Yes. No, just to be serious, inventory is the biggest challenge because I'm the sole buyer. So I am buying. Sometimes I get nutso at night when I'm like forgetting that I bought things, and then the girls are like, "Okay, what did you just buy?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We'll keep that at my house."
No drunk buying.
The original shed on my property, the copper shed there, which is now a sale shed, and so things can get funneled there that don't. Either I don't have room for here or that just haven't sold. So, but it is tricky to have that balance of, I'm finding my taste is getting fancier and fancier, but just because I'm going to these shows and I'm saying, so I'm trying to be aware of cost too. So it's tricky. It's tricky to have the right mix and appeal. I've got men's stuff now.
I saw
jackets.
Row vests.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we are going to have some tours of the store. I did a video tour of the store when I was up there last week, and Cai has like a gift video, which we'll link on. But I just think that when I heard that you'd started this store, and sometimes we forget to appreciate the people closest to us or that we know and the things that they're doing. And I was like, holy crap, like at 50, you started this really incredible store. Like, you weren't doing it 5 years ago. Okay, well, but like, you weren't doing this. You don't have a retail background. And I think the point of sort of the whole women's survival guide is like linking the ideas together that, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a big, huge new idea, but like what you're doing is this meeting place. And I personally want to see a lot bigger with like a living room area, like
yes, coffee,
right? Like the Jimmy McLaughlin on Beacon Hill.
Oh,
it's really got room. No,
I know. Well, that rent is probably out of my, but the other thing but anyway. I wanted to say, just leading up to this interview, because when you think you're getting interviewed, you think about things more. Yeah. And when I say this, I'm 100% serious. I have never been happier. I've never felt more confidence. Yeah. I feel, I've succeeded. I did have a little bit of a rocky road, growing up, and then I did work in finance, but I didn't like it. And then I wanted to go to psychology, but I've really always loved people, and I love fashion, and I love clothing, and it evolved. I didn't plan it. So I think sometimes things like this, you just start slow with Penelope, and then I'm in the shed, and then suddenly I saw this sign up here, and then I'm filling it with more stuff. And then today, it's not that it's not where I want it to be, but I'm really happy with where I am. So
that. Well, it's a wonderful, I mean, just an absolutely wonderful place. And feeling of being able to walk into a store and be able to I think I was there for an hour and you weren't there. I just talked to the people that worked there. It turned out I met one of them when I was in middle school or something.
Oh my God, I know.
And people's daughters were in there helping and modeling the clothes for your Instagram and stuff like that. So
all my friends model. If you look good in something, even if you don't, you're going to get pictured, and you're going to, and so people also send me pictures from everywhere. And that's like fun for people to see. I'm going to do a wall sometime of all my customers, and maybe on my website. But yeah, I think people love feeling good, and it's sort of created a different atmosphere within my friend group on the North Shore. I think people are having a lot of fun with fashion, and not just because of me, but it's easier to get here, and the mall doesn't have anything. So
nothing original. And people are like, I mean, when you get to our point, I think that the idea of being able to go and find something that turns you on versus what society is sort of saying you should be wearing or whatever, like, or you sort of find someone like you who has put the time in to understand the different possibilities with a price range. And I mean, and stuff.
You said it's a conservative group out here. So yes. Like someone will walk in with this like amazing figure and just be so humble and not think so. And then I'll put them in a jumpsuit, but they said they'd never wear a jumpsuit. And so they're like walking out of here with a jumpsuit and they're wearing it to the country club or wherever they're going. And they feel really kind of hip and cool. And that's neat. I mean, they've never, I push people. I do. I definitely push people out of their comfort zone, wide legs, come on. I think we need to look better as we age. I mean, I think we have to be more careful about the clothes we pick as we age, because our bodies are obviously changing. So I love the different materials, like the jacket that you're wearing. The jacket she has on kind of goes down to like mid-thigh, kind of like. Yeah, well, you can go to my Instagram.
That was on the Instagram, but you were wearing it the other day, and it was just like, it's just so cool. And you're not going to walk down the street and find that so easily. So your specialty is sort of, you do have this Britishy connection, which is, it used to probably be not so hard to find, certainly as a man. I mean, you used to have a lot of stores to find that stuff. Now there's a couple, but for women, it's not so easy to find.
Well, with this coat in particular, I was actually this morning trying to Google it and find it somewhere, and I couldn't, because I was trying to like find out exactly what it was made of and everything. But no, it's this little shop in St. Andrews that I found, and they shipped it, and they've never done this. And, so yeah, no, it's very.
You're gonna carry them?
I have them here.
Oh, you do have, oh, damn it. I missed it when I was up there.
Yes, no, they're available in navy, red, and this Loden green. I'm wearing this sort of cool green.
I was too busy talking.
No, that's okay. It's on my Instagram, but I mean, and the website's coming, so they will go fast, and I'm not going to get more because they were very expensive to ship and sort of a pain to deal with, and they haven't done this before. But yeah, so they're here.
I'm really proud of you, and I really think it's a great.
Well, I'm proud of you. I mean, that's another interview. I need to interview you next. So.
Right. No, I like asking the questions, and that way it lets me hide behind my
controlling it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to cover that I haven't asked about?
No, just as someone who's got grown kids who are out of the house, and I thought I was pretty happy. My life wasn't bad. Right. I was, I had all my friends and my dogs and my tennis, and, but I love working. And like I said, yes, I'm busier than I've ever been, but I've never been happier. So if there's something you love to do,
Yeah.
and you don't really know you're working when you're working, I always heard about that feeling, but I've never felt it. I was here till 8 o'clock last night, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to go home to dinner, but I just love it. I love it. So
So
that's
glad.
it. Just do it. Just do it. Just
Exactly. It's super inspirational, I think. And
and
yeah,
it didn't take a lot of money. I actually
that's
did not put a lot of money into this. My dad gave me $20,000 basically, and I haven't put a cent of my own money in since.
that's amazing. That's
That's the
fantastic.
truth. Yeah.
Yeah. So what, just let's just circle into that for one sec. So what were your startup costs? You did happen to have this
Well,
um,
that's true. I didn't have rent. That's
enterprise
true.
space. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's literally you enter Kai Kai's driveway to get to the original shed. So that was also a thing. You've got strangers coming in to a degree. I mean, you kind of know it
Yeah. Yeah,
anyway.
I did. No, but I had to talk to my lawyer and get insurance and all of that. And I didn't know it was going to happen, but it was just, I thought I was going to, you know, maybe do 5,000 in sales for the year, So I, so it was there, and I didn't have a lot of startup costs because I didn't have rent, but I just had to buy the pillows. I painted, I made it look really nice. I
It was
recovered
really
some
cool.
furniture in Susan Dillis fabrics so that people could see them. And that was really fun. I mean, I want to go back to her, but right now I'm more focused on my store. If I can
Yeah.
get the bigger space, I would have a Susan Dillis area of
Yeah.
homeware. But
That's a good idea.
so yeah, it didn't cost a ton, but then you just kind of build momentum, and then I've been lucky. And in fairness, I know a lot of people. I grew up here, so that's helped, I'm
That's
sure.
Well, but you still have to have decent product because people they might buy their first time out of like loyalty and support, but
Absolutely.
not what you're
No.
doing up there. So
No, my lawyer, who's also a friend of mine, said, well, Cai Cai, are you sure? I think people might just be coming because they know you. And I said, you know what, Philip, I don't think so. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
not at this point, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
definitely not. This was like when I just started, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, no, not now. No, he
No,
never said
no,
couldn't
no.
say that.
I would be
All
there
right,
like
well,
every day.
yeah, no, this is great. I mean, thank you so much for interviewing me. It's fun to
Well,
talk about things and, learn something about yourself as you're talking. So,
that's true. And we're probably going to wrap up because
yeah.
it's going to cut us off, but
Okay,
it's
but you have
the Copper
all the
Shed
Mhm.
LLC, which is the Instagram, which right now is your best bet to really feel the space. And if you go way back to the beginning, you'll see the original Copper Shed, which is all in
Yes,
this wonderful Carolyn ball yellow.
which
I
is
love
now
it.
white. That was a mistake.
I love that
I
baboosh.
loved it, but people didn't look good with the baboosh in the back.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
didn't think of that.
But anyway, yeah, and just lastly on the Instagram, actually, it's a great place to see products as well. So, oops, someone's trying to get in the door. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
and
That's awesome.
there'll be a whole other thing that we'll do too at some point.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, Kim, have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.